probably pretty obvious what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about skateboarding. Today I'm going to be telling you about the history of skateboarding, the tricks, and parts of the skateboard. So let's start off with the history. Skateboarding started in the late 40s and early 50s. And skateboarding came about because surfers in California wanted something to surf or ride on when the waves were flat or there were no waves. No one really knows who made the first skateboard or the first skateboard deck, but many big companies supported skateboards and sold them in their shops. Some of those were Santa Cruz, Jack's Surf Shop, and Kip's. Then, skateboarding actually started off as boxes, and those boxes had roller skate wheels on them. Then those boxes turned into wooden planks, which eventually turned into pressed layers of wood, which are pretty similar to the skateboard decks that we have today. Then in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, skateboarding was actually called sidewalk surfing and performed barefooted. The first broadcast of an actual skateboarding competition was in 1965, and it was the NSC, which is the National Skateboarding Championships. And it was held in Anaheim, California, and aired on ABC. And there were only two things to compete in at that competition, and that was freestyle skating, which is performing tricks on flat ground and on the land, and then downhill racing, which was trying to get as much speed as you can, maneuvering through cones, and trying to beat your opponents down the hill. Then came the 70s, and that was a very bad and slow time for skateboarding. It didn't really progress and nothing happened. Then the 80s came along, and skateboarding started to slowly pick back up again. And initially, skateboarding was mainly focusing on vert skateboarding, which is riding skateboards on half pipes or any type of ramp. Also, freestyle skating was very strong during this time because of a skateboarder called Rodney Mullen. And he performed lots of freestyle tricks, and he was very creative with his skateboarding. He invented lots of tricks, some such as the kickflip, heel flip, tray flip, and impossible, and many, many more. Then there were the 90s. And the 90s were mostly dominated by street skateboarding, and wheels became extremely hard polyurethane, and they were very small to make the boards as light as possible. Then, from 2000 to this very present day, skateboarding has gained such popularity that more people are riding skateboards than are playing baseball. It is estimated that 11 million people are riding skateboards and about 8 million people are playing baseball under the age of 18. Then in 2003, Go Skateboarding Day was founded in Southern California by the IASC, which is the International Association of Skateboarding Companies. And they started that because they were trying to promote skateboarding throughout the whole world, not just the United States. And it worked. It became big all around the world. And it's annually celebrated on June 21st. And then in 2006, from the beginning of skateboarding all the way up to 2006, 2,400 skate parks have been built in that time period. And one of the biggest skate parks to have ever been built is the SMP skate park in China. It is 12,000 square meters large, and it has a 5,000 seat stadium. So it's pretty big, and you can come and watch skateboarders do their tricks or whatever. Then in 2009, Skatelab opened up a skateboarding hall of fame and a museum. And for those of you who don't know what Skatelab is, it's a skate park. It's an indoor skate park in LA. Now that's enough about the history. Now here's some fun facts about skateboarding. Did you know that about 8,000 people each year seek medical attention or go to the doctors because of skateboarding injuries? So a lot of people get hurt on skateboards. And because of that, it's actually illegal to own a skateboard in Norway. Because they thought that too many people were getting hurt, so they banned owning skateboards in Norway, which is a little crazy, what I think. I'd be pretty mad about that. And actually, the military started using skateboards for some indoor maneuvers in 1997. And now we'll talk about the skateboard parts. It's pretty basic for those of you who don't know, but there's the deck, wheels, inside of the wheels are precision bearings, trucks, and then grip tape. Decks are pretty much normally $50. Trucks can range anywhere from $20 to $60, and wheels are about $20 to $50. bearings are anywhere from about $10 to $100. And you guys can. And that pretty much concludes my speech. I hope you learned a little bit about the history of skateboarding, the tricks, and the parts. And thank you for your attention and listening.